hierarchically Jewish. Her mother was Jewish, and my father is Polish. My grandmother survived the war pretending that she is Polish, and she even managed to rescue few of her members of her family from ghetto, but other were killed. And so my grandmother, even she was from a religious house, she assimilated just before the war and during the war. And so after the war she was living like a Pole, and that's why she wasn't kicked out in '68. And she was always, it was always important for her to be Jewish, to feel as a Jew. And she told my mother when she was a little girl, like something like 8 years old, that she's Jewish, but she has to keep the secret because bad times can come. So I was 16 when she told me, and I was really surprised because I really didn't know, but I was happy because I always knew that I'm different, and I've never felt Polish mentality, and I always knew that I'm different from my peers. And for example, in primary school, there was a guy who was calling me Jew, you are a Jew. And I was fighting with him because I was always taught that not to be racist. And so when someone was telling me that I'm a Jew, I went to the teacher and told my teacher that, come on, he's telling that I'm a Jew, but Jew is not a bad word, so he's a bad guy, you know. So even I didn't know that I'm Jewish, my mother always was teaching me that I have to fight for minority rights and fight with anti-Semitism and racism. Yeah. So when my mother told me that I'm Jewish, I was happy because finally I got the label for my being different, and because I always had different opinions. I was always liberal, left-wing when it comes to politics, and I always admire Jewish culture, and I was reading books of Jewish writers, and I was watching films of Jewish directors. So it was good because it's better to have two histories than one history, you know. I'm richer than other people. So my father was always telling my mother, don't tell her because you will destroy her life. And recently I had a fight with my father because now I'm a very active member of Jewish community here, and last year, for example, I was a participant of Millennium Program. Millennium Program is for a leadership Jewish program for young people in Central Eastern Europe, also in Israel. And it's to improve diaspora. It's to learn how to be more active in our communities. And I was a participant last year, and this year I became a coordinator of Polish group. So I'm more and more involved here. And so I told my father that I would like to have a Jewish husband and Jewish kids. And he said, "But you're not Jewish. Only your mother's mother was Jewish, and why you don't feel like a Pole? And it's faking, you know." And I said, "But this is how I feel, and I feel good in a Jewish environment, you know. I feel like at home in Jewish environment. I don't feel it in Polish environment like that. It's not so strong. So it's my choice, you know." So I was even crying because he doesn't want to consider me as a Jew. And I told him that even you think I'm not a Jew. Every Jew in the world will say that I'm Jew because I'm halachically Jew. I have lots of friends here in Poland who are not halachically Jewish, but they really feel like they really feel like Jewish, and they are very active, and I really admire them. And I'm quite sad that some Jews in the world are not consider them as Jews because they are not halachically Jewish, because it's not fair for me. I know that there is a religion rule, but these people have the same story as mine, the same trauma, the same family background. And you have to understand that during the communism, people were assimilating to survive, and there was no Jewish life here. So they had to assimilate, so we cannot blame them for being assimilated. And we should help them with their Jewish identity, and we should accept it and be happy that they want to be a part of revival of Jewish life here.